Hi, my name is Tim Spees with the Peaceful Revolution. Thank you for joining me. This video series is called Finding Freedom Through Faith and Love. Now, it's critically important that we understand those three terms, freedom, faith, and love, in order to find freedom and experience love. Let's take a close look at love in this video. If you ask someone what can fix people's problems of neglect and abuse and conflict, most people would answer love, or many would, and they would be correct. Love is the power given to we human beings to fix the problems of neglect and abuse and conflict that plague us. Now, the question must be asked, dear viewer, why is there so much abuse and neglect and conflict happening each day all over this earth, from our personal lives to nation states warring with each other and everything in between? Well, the answer should be obvious, dear viewer. It's because people choose not to love other people. Now, before we explore the fact that people choose not to love other people, let's first get a good understanding of what love is and what it is not. The Creator's messenger to the human race made one statement that is possibly the most important statement he made, and he said this, that God so loved the people of the earth that he sent his Son to save us from ourselves, unquote. Now, I would suggest that if you want the highest, truest meaning of the concept of love, you will find it in that statement given by the one who called himself the light of the world. The statement that, quote, God so loved the people of the earth that he sent his only Son to save us from ourselves. But, dear viewer, listen to how the word love is commonly used by people in Western cultures. I love ice cream. I love pizza. Oh, I really love that movie. Okay, so can we agree that when they say that, they mean they really like something? So, for many people who use the word love that way, what they mean is they really have a great like for something, or that they really appreciate the pleasure that something brings them, like the flavor of ice cream, the flavor of pizza, or the emotional entertainment of a movie. How about all the people who use the word this way? Let's make love, or they're making love. To people who use the word that way, love means to enjoy sexual pleasure with someone. Another, perhaps most common way people use the word love is when they tell other people that they love them. They say, I love you, or love you, as they're concluding a phone call or perhaps leaving each other for some time. For many of the people who use the word that way, if you look at how they treat those people that they claim to love, you will find very unremarkable behavior in that they really don't treat them any differently than other people in their lives they believe they need something from. At best, it's often an emotional utterance and sometimes has the desire to claim some type of obligation from those folks they say it to. So there you have it, dear viewer, the primary meaning of love to those in Western culture. To love means, for the vast majority of people, number one, to really like something. Number two, to have sexual pleasure with someone. Or number three, to get something from someone, often to create some kind of an obligation like loyalty or compliance. The all-important concept of love has been redefined to mean primarily feelings or emotions. And like many deeply false and harmful things, the cart, which is feelings, have been put in front of or before the horse, which is selfless behavior. And oftentimes the horse is left out altogether. Love, the truest form of love, is selfless behavior, the horse, motivated by compassion and accompanied with feelings, the cart. So the term I love you has come to mean for many that I have feelings for you, typically I want you, in the present. And so you should be able to see, viewer, that love does not mean a desire or want. That's not what love is. And all you have to do to see the power or lack of power or lack of effectiveness of this kind of love is to look at all the people who have abandoned, walked away from, abused, neglected, lied to, hurt, or harmed the people that they claimed or claim to love. For many people, using the word love is sadly an exercise in selfish manipulation of others. To others, when they say the phrase, "I love you," they're really trying to feel good about themselves. They're trying to convince themselves that they're people who love, yet they have no intention of behaving selflessly towards or helping the people that they claim to love. When people talk about falling in love, for example, they're really describing a process of emotional bonding that happens between two people and a willingness to extend trust to some degree, typically to share one another's bodies, sometimes to share life together to some degree. But this romantic concept of love or falling in love is just another way to corrupt the pure love that Joshua of Nazareth talks to us about and asks us to live out. If you want one of the more important truths of your life, dear viewer, plug those three meanings of the word love into the saying of the light of the world, where he says, "For God so loved the people of the earth." If you do that and you think about it, you will learn that the all-important concept of love has been destroyed as it is being redefined into a lesser, powerless, and often selfish thing. And oftentimes the best way to destroy an important concept is to redefine it. So the true or highest meaning of the word love was given by Joshua of Nazareth in that saying in the Gospel of John. God defines love as to value others higher than I value myself and to want to help them based on compassion. That, dear viewer, is the most important concept given to humankind that can solve all of those problems. Let's review what true love is one more time. God defines it as to value others higher than I value myself, and thus to treat them selflessly, to want to help them based on compassion. Now, the hard truth. It's very likely, dear viewer, that you don't practice true love. Now, you might use the word a lot. You might claim to love certain people. You might think you're a loving person. But the simple truth is that you don't practice true love. Now, you might be kind to some people. You might be nice to some people. You might be civil towards people. You might practice patience towards some people. You might even give to some people occasionally. And all those things are good, but they're not true love. Because all those things can be done to get instead of to give. And compassion never looks to get. The defining trait of true love is that it brings people together and enables them to share their lives together and to help each other in daily life. For if I truly love other people, that is, I value them higher than myself and want to help them, how can I do that if I'm not with them? And what would be the reasons why I am not with the people that I claim to love and who are willing to receive my love? Is it not because I value myself and the things that I want, things like careers or hobbies or money or educations, these things, more than the people I claim to love? So the sad fact is that most people choose not to love other people. To do so, we have to give up and leave our cage of fear and self-pride and selfishness to accomplish that. It means I have to give up the things in this world that I value in order to first choose to love others. And this often means I have to give up on what I consider to be successful or the material dreams that people create for themselves. It certainly means we have to leave the selfish life. Joshua of Nazareth said this, quote, "A new command I give to you, that you love one another as I have loved you. For this is how the people of the earth will know that you are my followers, if you love one another." Unquote. There is no greater failure among the Christians than this. It is quite obvious that in general Christians do not love each other, and anyone who's willing to look at them can see that. So should it be any surprise, therefore, that the people of the earth cannot see actual followers of Joshua or Jesus of Nazareth? Instead, all they see are the loveless Christians playing church. This, dear listener, is the life of freedom and love God wants for His children. Through our faith in the real historical Joshua of Nazareth, we will have the ability to truly practice love towards others. And in so doing, we will experience the freedom that God offers to all who will walk in faith after His Son. Don't you want a life with good friends who are sharing their lives together? Or are you in the darkness of the selfish life and not even able to envision what that looks like? Aren't you tired of the selfish life of empty electronic screens and entertaining yourself and being with people who don't care about you? Joshua says, "I am the life." Listen to Him, seek Him out, and find the life that He speaks of. If you are hurting, confused, broken, or at the end of your rope, so to speak, and would like to start a new life without all of the wrong choices, ignorance, and lack of good purpose that led you to where you are right now, then please contact me. If you are a Christian and want to know the difference between merely being some kind of Christian and actually following the real historical Joshua of Nazareth, then please contact me. If you're a Christian and your leaders would not be afraid to debate me at their religious organization's main meeting, I'd be glad to do so. Please contact me. In essence, if you would like to know what is involved in following the real historical Joshua of Nazareth as he reveals himself by his own words in the 4 gospel books, and how he says we ought to be living our lives, then please come join the peaceful revolution. My phone number and email address are easily available at the bottom of every page on our website at the following URL. That's www.thepeacefulrevolution.info. Again, that contact information is available at the bottom of every page of our website at www.thepeacefulrevolution.info.